What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. This is a little bit different video. Obviously, I'm shooting on my iPhone. I don't have my camera with me, and I have bad news and I have good news. So we'll start with the bad news. Bad news is the R32 GTR is down. What we have come to find out is that the engine is probably not good. I think when the radiator hose broke, essentially the head gasket went first and pushed pressure into the radiator and completely just took the engine out. I had been kind of figuring out how I wanted to do this video, and I wanted to try to be as transparent again as possible. I mean, when I broke my rear glass, I made sure I showed you guys that. So I don't think this is anybody's fault. I don't think it's Top Rank's fault. I don't think it's my fault. I think just the car was old and tired and the engine was gonna let go. Unfortunately, it's really, really bad timing. I only probably put about 30 to 40 miles in the car before the engine let go. So unfortunately, that is where we're at with the R32. I'll show you guys here in a little bit the engine. I took the valve covers off. We were looking at the inside of the engine, and yeah, so definitely not good. Prognosis kind of sucks, kind of hurts, kind of embarrassed. The whole thing has been pretty embarrassing for me. And you know, buying a car and then never truly getting to enjoy it. So I'm not stopping videos. We've still got other stuff that we need to do, like this carbon fiber piece that needs to go on my dad's R35. So we've got this. I've got a couple things that need to go on his car. I've got the blow-off valves and a couple other things. He did also just order wheels for the car. So once those come in, and guys, trust me, you are not gonna wanna miss those wheels. They are absolutely ridiculous. So we've got other projects. I've got another buddy who has a big brake kit and some coilovers that he wants to put on his car that we may do a video on. And yeah, so as far as morale goes, I am pretty bummed. I'm pretty disappointed. And overall, just kind of blah. So now with the bad news out of the way and the part of the video that I was really dreading on telling you guys, now let's move on to the good news. So the good news is right now I'm working with SRD, and they have a engine builder. They have a guy in California that does machining and builds race prepped engines. Now, right now we are working with them on possibly doing a full build on the RB26, and we're talking full build, boys and girls. We're talking forged pistons, forged rods, headwork, port and polish, cams, cam gears. We're looking probably 450 to 500 horsepower build. I looked at the route of buying another engine and having it built, but in the long run, it just makes sense to take the parts matching engine that is in the car now and actually have that engine built. Now we're looking probably a month or month and a half time frame. This guy comes to Arizona every 2 weeks, builds engines, drops them off, brings them back, kind of thing. So right now we're looking at that option. SRD is putting together a quote. They are going to pull the engine for us, and then he takes the engine with him and builds it. Now, we're talking full-blown build here. This thing is going to absolutely rip when I get it back. We're also looking at possibly doing some type of twin disc clutch in the car to handle that kind of horsepower. RB26s are known to be able to make that kind of power all day long and really not mess with the engine as long as the bottom end is built. So I think my horsepower goal is realistic. I think the car realistically and the engine realistically can handle this power. So unfortunately, the car is going to be down for probably the next couple months. We've got a few things that I want to do to it while it's down, which I will get into here later in this video, which we're actually going to go do. But as far as the engine in general, she's not good. So with the build, we're hoping that once that happens, so I will document obviously the engine going back in. I can't really do much since I'm not doing any of the work on the engine or building it. And I don't trust myself to do something like that. So we're gonna have a specialist do it, and this car is gonna be absolutely ridiculous. So we're looking probably right now, today is, I think it's May 28th or 29th. And this video will come out a little bit later. Obviously, I'm a little bit ahead on content for you guys. So this will come out a little bit later. I would guess probably a week from now. So we're looking probably end of June, maybe early July before the car will actually be drivable again. Once the car is drivable again, obviously the content will continue. Now, the content's not going anywhere. I'm still gonna do some videos, and I've got stuff for my dad's R35, and I think we've got some, you know, some other stuff that we've got some other ideas that we can pump out some content for you guys. But unfortunately, the R32, just bad luck. What can I say? Just bad luck, guys. But in the long run, here in a month or so, this thing is absolutely gonna rip. And I can't wait to drive it when we get the engine done. So now that we're done with the sour portion of the video, let's go and check out what we're gonna do today to get this engine ready to look badass when it comes back. So let's go do that right now. All right, so I went and grabbed what we're doing today. As you can see here, let me turn the camera around. As you can see, we pulled the valve covers off, and look, there's the inside of an RB26, if you guys have never seen it. Valve covers off, cam covers off. So the engine is completely cam and valve cover. Now, let's switch the camera again right now. All right, so we have those off, and that is what we're going to do right now. We are going to head over, that is upside down, so that looks horrible. We are going to head over and actually take the cam covers and the rocker covers over. Let's see if I can get that. Trying to do this one-handed, guys. We are going to take these over to Arizona powder coat and pick out the color and what we're actually gonna do with these. So we are actually gonna go ahead and take these over and get them sent in for powder coating. So when the engine comes back, these are actually going to be colored. So when we get to Arizona powder coating, you guys will be there when I pick the color. So I went ahead and yanked these off, and we will go ahead and pick a color for these. So let's go do that. All right, guys, so we made it to the powder coater. We are walking up right now. I've got all my stuff in here. And it looks like we're gonna have to leave the parts right here. Okay, there they are. All right, let's go check this place out. All right, guys, so we are back at the shop. We dropped off the valve cover for them to coat. I will not show you the color that we picked. I do have it on my phone. I'll show you that once we get it back from the powder coater. I'm guessing probably a week or so once we get it back. I'm not gonna put it on once we get it back. Obviously, this motor is going to have to come out. So once this motor comes out and it gets done being built, then we will put the valve cover back on. But I will do a reveal once the valve cover is done. And maybe I'll give you guys some sneak peeks. I'm sure some people can guess it on what color I chose, but I wanted to do something different and kind of stick with the theme of what I've got going on with the car. So that's probably gonna do it for today's video. Unfortunately, like I said, kind of bummer news, but also kind of good news. And I'm honestly really, really excited to get this build underway and really get this car screaming. I mean, 450 to 500 horsepower in this vehicle here is gonna be so much fun to drive. And we might have an update on a future project coming down the road, which will be a lot of fun. I'm hoping we might go look at it Saturday. We'll see, maybe I'll do a video on that. But with that, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you liked, please sub and subscribe to the channel, and also hit the like button. It helps me out a lot, guys. I appreciate it. And with that, guys, we'll see you next time. Deuces.